Hi everybody, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome What I Wish For. This is the August reading for all the fire signs for Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So I was just thinking about fire and the fire signs. And the one thing I'm thinking about for you guys is that when you're younger, you can really bring on the heat. So, and as you get older, you're a lot more heaven. So I just keep thinking fire, heaven and hell, and you can go to one extreme or the other. So this is going to be your reading for the month of August, and I'm Michelle Kelly. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you like this. I'd love to have you as part of my tribe. So I'm going to get started in a minute. I usually wait for the cards to jump out for God, Source, the universe, your angels, whoever you guys pray to. I pray to God, and I always pray that He sends the right messages for the people who need to hear them. And I know for the month of August, we could all use some positive messages of hope and some love out there. So the first card is the tribe, the second card is breathe, and the last card is time for a nap. So what these say to me, and I'm going to read out of the book a little bit, but the tribe is upside down. So what that's saying is that maybe the people who you thought were part of your tribe are turning out not to be. However, that's okay. A lot of times what that means is that when you find out people who are not who you thought they were or not who you wish that they would be, that God has new people for you. And that sometimes we have to go through learning experiences to realize what we want and what we need from people. And a lot of times we go to people who don't have what we need, and then we take it as a rejection of what's wrong with me instead of, you can't, I'm going to give you guys an expression I heard years ago, and this has helped so much, is you don't go to the hardware store to try and get bread. So you don't keep going to somebody or a place who doesn't have it to give and then keep thinking, why aren't they giving it to me? They don't have it to give. But what this is telling me is that your tribe is going to come and the right people are going to find you. And the next one is breathe upside down. So this is telling me that maybe you need to take a step back right now and just kind of relax and regroup and breathe, meditate. And then this says time for a nap. So it's like whatever you have been doing, maybe beating yourself up against a wall and you're exhausted. And right now it is okay to be exhausted, and it's okay to take a nap and take a rest and take a pause. So I'm going to read to you guys the meanings out of the book for this, but these are beautiful cards and beautiful messages, and I promise you, whatever you have been doing, you know, sometimes we just need to figure out what is not for us first, what is not meant for you, and then it redirects you into the way of what is meant for you. And what is meant for you will always find you. You won't have to go and look for it. It will keep showing up until you're ready to receive it. So the tribe says community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. It says beware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you in the tribe? Do you hide who you really are to play a role within a larger role? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall, be you. Authenticity is a true expression and the only way to empower yourself Don't be afraid to be yourself and to step into the role your heart tells you to make. Making yourself small bears too high of a cost. So what this is saying is that maybe you keep trying to fit in with people that you're not meant to fit in with, and then thinking that there's something wrong with you, or why can't they understand you? And you guys, we all have to do this first to realize this does not fulfill you and it doesn't make you happy. And rejection is God's protection. Although when that is happening, it does not feel good. It feels really, really shitty. And so I'm telling you, it's like trying to put a round peg in a square hole. And if that is happening to you, it happened to me too. So I tried to conform and to be like the way I thought other people wanted me to be. And what that did is it dimmed my light, and eventually it made me sick. And not just sick, like first how it starts to happen is you start to get quiet, and maybe you stop talking or stop giving your opinion, or you can't be your true authentic self, so you just kind of go inward. And eventually, I know for me, a lot of times I get physically sick now when I can't be myself. So if you are walking on eggshells, you are not with your soul tribe. And if you don't know where to go to find your soul tribe, start saying a prayer to God, to the universe, to your spirit guides, to your angels, to Source, whoever you pray to Saint Gabriel, Saint Michael, whoever you pray to. And if you don't pray, that's okay. You don't have to. Or if you don't believe, there's a saying, fake it till you make it. So even if you don't believe it, you can just ask God or whoever you feel comfortable talking to please put and send the right people into your life. And He will. I promise you. Okay, breathe, and it's upside down. So this could be making you sick right now. This could be, taking your breath away. A lot of times when you're around not the right people, it takes your breath away, and it takes your voice away. And when you are in traumatic situations, a lot of times coming out of them, it's so hard to even talk about this stuff. And I get it. And it will come back, and you will find your voice. So it says, strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. Now is the time to address the cracks in the foundation of your life. Perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you chose to ignore the signs of a situation or agreement that you have entered that is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You will be so happy when you do. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what is not solid. So this card is definitely saying that sometimes, there are cracks in the foundation. And if you don't address that, and sometimes in order to survive, what you have to do is like pretend like things aren't happening, when they are. And that is a survival skill that a lot of people have learned how to cope. Like, let me pretend like this isn't really happening. Let me pretend like this isn't really happening. But it doesn't make it go away. It temporarily might give you a little bit of, I don't know, it's like you have to pretend like stuff isn't happening to survive, but you can no longer pretend. And I'm telling you, the warning signs do come, and as they're coming, I know you ignore them, but eventually they get so big that you can't ignore them. And that's what it's saying right now, excuse me, is that you need to address the things that you weren't able to address before, but you're going to be able to, and things are going to be better on the other side. I know a lot of times when you're in this situation, it feels like so scary and you don't know what's going to happen, but it's always better on the other side. And when your soul is happy, things just start to work out. And even if you don't have a plan or know what your plan is yet. So this is take a nap. So this might mean you've been spinning your wheels and you're exhausted. And a lot of time, this is trauma, like you are coming out of trauma. So maybe when I was saying you guys are fire signs and maybe you brought the heat, but now you are in hell. And the flames are slowly going out. And a lot of times when there's a fire, and you guys are fire signs, so you know, when there is a fire, a lot of times they don't go back into a fire and see how it got started in the middle of the fire. The first thing that you need to do is the fire needs to be put out first. So that's what these cards are saying, is that the fire is being put out. And after the fire is put out, then you go back and see how the fire got started. So maybe the fire has just been put out. I'm trying to kind of piece this together. Maybe the fire has just been put out. And whether it's a relationship or a job or something with your family, that the fire has just been put out and you're exhausted. And usually when you come out of trauma, you are exhausted, and it is okay to be exhausted, and it is okay to take a nap and to take a break and just breathe. So I'm going to read Time for a Nap to you guys, just so you have a better understanding. It's like permission to rest. If you guys need permission to rest, you have it. Rest, rejuvenation, and a renewal. A temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of the world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your list, your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment, and neutrality. The overly busy mind can block you from the inner wisdom if you don't step back, take a seat, and rest. Be willing to let your dreams surface and ideas flow through you. Absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement now. So you guys, this is permission for you to rest. It is not lazy to take a pause. And a nap is a rest. It is not death. It is not an ending. It is a pause, and it is a breath. And obviously, whatever you're coming out of, this is saying that you need to cut yourself a break. And this is saying you have permission to take a break. And I'm letting you know you have permission to take a break. It says, this is such a great time to take a break from your busy schedule and allow yourself the opportunity to step back. Your plans are meant to be put on ice. Your goals can wait. Dream, imagine, and let go of attachments to any outcome. Meditate and take a holiday if you can. Things will speed up soon enough. After a break, you may want to make some changes. Epiphanies have an amazing way of arising when you take your focus off of your to-do list and allow yourself to rest. So you guys, this is saying you are coming out of something right now, and it's okay. And you don't have to build everything right now. You know the expression, Rome wasn't built in a day. So as you rest, as you take a break, and sometimes, I know for me, I grew up in a house where you got to keep it moving and you got to be busy. And if you rest, you are lazy. And lazy seemed like depression. And even if you are depressed, I heard a beautiful way of putting depression. Depression is deep resting. So when you are coming out of, I don't know what you are coming out of. It could be an addiction. It could be a bad job. It could be a relationship, something that just wasn't for you. So you have permission to pause and you are deep resting. Okay, so now I have actually, I'm going to do the Soul's Journey cards on you, and these are lesson cards. So these are going to tell us what your lesson is in learning all of this. And so anyway, I am going to shuffle these and find out what your lesson is in all of this. And I know part of your lesson is just, it's okay to say no, and it's okay to say stop. And sometimes people aren't able to hear you. And when they're not able to hear you, sometimes you have to remove yourself from the situation or remove yourself out of it. So it is okay to say no. It is okay to say stop. And it is okay to change your mind. Just so you know. All right, I'm going to pull one more card and we're going to figure out. Okay, these are so beautiful. I'm so excited to read these to you guys. Okay, this is discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So what this is saying about this whole reading is you guys are very rigid and disciplined. And it's okay to be that way. And, you know, I know I was saying heaven or hell and extreme. So this is, you're probably an extremist. And it's okay to have discipline, but sometimes it's okay to take a break. So what that is saying, yes, it's okay to be disciplined, but sometimes you need to just not be so disciplined. And then this says loneliness. Know that I am never alone. So you guys, I know whatever you're going through, that you're scared that there's not going to be people there to support you during this transition, and that people aren't going to understand. And, you know, I heard this expression, if you are walking on eggshells, you are not with your soul tribe. And a lot of times this says, I know that I'm never alone. This is God, Spirit, your angels are with you. Even sometimes when you can't feel it, they are all around you, guiding you, protecting you. So sometimes leaving a group of people to find where you're supposed to fit in and belong is so scary, because you feel like, I'm not going to find my people. You are going to find your people, and they are going to find you. So this is saying, know that I am never alone. God knows that everybody needs somebody, and that you are never alone, even if it feels like it. So one of the things that you can do is pray to whoever you pray to. And if you're not used to praying, a nice affirmation you can say to yourself is, God loves me and wants the best for me. And I do know that's true, that God does love you and want the absolute best for you all the time, and that you are never alone, and you are going to find your soul tribe, and they are going to find you, and you need to just trust and hang in there until that happens. And then this last card is so cute. It says humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So this means you need to start having some laughter in your life. And I know when you're coming out of trauma and you're coming out of stuff, it is very hard to laugh and to find joy. But I'm going to give you some ways to do that. So things that are fun and funny. So if you're coming out of something, chances are you don't feel like laughing right now, but laughter is the best medicine. And this is not laughing at people. This is eventually just being able to laugh and relax and to be able to laugh at yourself. And I bought a hula hoop. I bought a hula hoop at Walmart, and I suck at it. Like, I'm telling you, I'm really bad at it. My son says I look like I'm having a seizure when I do this hula hoop, but it is so fun, and it is funny, and it makes me laugh. So I've been practicing with the hula hoop. I'm not even good at it, but it is fun and funny. So I'm asking you guys to please promise me to start looking for things that are fun and funny and bring you joy, whether it's art or coloring or Netflix. I watched that Sebastian Maniscalco. This guy is hilarious. So that is fun and funny to me. So if you need to laugh or find something to laugh at, the movie Bridesmaids is hysterical. There are definitely things out there, but it means as you're resting, give yourself permission to laugh too. So I hope you guys are able to realize that you are not alone. You're not being lazy by taking a pause or a nap. You are deep resting, and give yourself that time. We are in a quarantine. We are in a pandemic. This is a perfect time to allow yourself to rest. These cards are letting me know that you need to do that, and to please go easy on yourself. I am going to pull one last card from the Oracle of the Fairies, and I want to send you guys off with some hope and some love. And this card is coming back. It says, look in a book. This is the question right now. You find the answers in the book. The words you find will bring you the insight that you need. So this is saying reading. Reading will give you joy right now, and reading will make you laugh, and that's where you're going to find a lot of peace. And if you guys have a hard time reading books, audio is phenomenal. So listening to books, if you can't physically read right now, listening to books is awesome, and it's a great way to learn. And this also, podcasts, you know, listen to your stuff if you can't physically look in a book right now. But it says that reading. So hopefully you're able to do that right now. I wish you peace, deep resting, and cut yourself some slack right now, my fire signs. Your fire is out, and it still might be smoldering. So this is your monthly reading for August. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Give yourself some time, and I will see you in September. Take care, my fire sign.